So that's basically it. So now let's just take a little closer look to see how this functions inside the body and what goes on inside as this stuff works. This should look pretty familiar to you. You know, you've seen this before: esophagus, stomach, small intestines, and then large intestines. Okay, now what I'm going to do is show you a picture of one of my nice little artworks here, but what we're going to do is just take a look inside here. I'm just going to take a cross section and we'll just look inside this part of the colon so that you can see what's going on and how this stuff works in the body. Okay, so here we are. Here's this little cross section I was telling you about. I've just kind of outlined it here, and now it's like I've just pulled it forward, zoomed it in right here so you can see what it looks like a little bit closer and what goes on inside this. Now here's the walls of the large intestine. Okay, and what happens over time as we eat junk foods and other garbage, this stuff begins to build up on the walls of your large intestine and small intestine, and junk builds up in the stomach too. When we take these toxin absorber packets, here's what happens. Okay, the psyllium husk seeds that I told you about act as a broom. Okay, here's my little broom here. That's ingenious. But so the psyllium husk seed acts as a broom, and it helps to just sweep this junk off the walls of the intestines. Okay, it just stimulates the walls and then helps kind of sweep it up like a broom. Now once you got all this junk kind of swept up here, then that bentonite clay and apopectin is going to come in and just absorb all that junk together. Okay, then you're going to just have like one big clob sitting in there. So then you're going to take the digestive stimulator pills, and that's going to help to just push that junk all the way through the colon and then right out the backside. So now why would we even want to get this stuff out? Okay, I go in a little more detail on my website about this, but I'm just going to give you the quick basics here. Okay, now this black junk here, this mucoidal plaque that's built up on the inside of the intestinal walls, now this stuff is a host for very nasty bacteria, parasites, and other just nasty critters. Okay, it just can cause the body to become really sick when all this junk is trapped in there. They just live off this stuff. Okay, number two, this stuff is really toxic and acidic. Okay, and there's blood veins that run all around the large intestines and the small intestines. Okay, they just wrap all around it. And then what happens is this toxic junk seeps through the walls of the large intestine and small intestine, and then it goes directly into the bloodstream, and then now you've got this toxic junk circulating throughout the whole body in the bloodstream. You know, this stuff can cause headaches, you know, just make you feel down, depressed, sick, weak. It's just, this stuff is like, it's just bogging down your insides, your engine. And then the third main reason you want to get this garbage out of here is because in the small intestines, right in here, this is where 90% of the nutrients are absorbed into the body. Now, when you have this junk built up on the walls of your small intestine, then your body's going to have a really hard time to receive these nutrients, because those nutrients are going to have a hard time getting through this mucoidal plaque so that your body can use them. So, very simple. You don't get enough nutrients, your body starts to become sick and weak. I can't make it any more complex than that, I'm sorry. Now I just want to show you this real quick. There was a colon doctor who saw like over 10,000 colons in his career, and he said that only 6% of them were normal. Okay, so 6% out of 10,000 or over 10,000 is not very high. Now this here is a normal colon. This is what the colon should look like, the large intestine. But what most people, 94% of the people had, looked probably something like this or this. Just all gnarly and knotted up because this mucoidal plaque had just, made it so acidic inside there that it just curls up and knots up and just becomes really nasty. So that's another reason why you really want to get this stuff out. And one more good thing about getting this stuff out is that you will be able to taste whole foods better. Real foods will actually taste better to you. Your smell will come back a little bit better, so it's just easier to eat a healthier diet because now your taste buds are a little more sensitive and you can really taste real health foods much better.